Fourth chapter I am starting with. What is the name of the chapter, beta? What is ECB? Again, don't tell me full form. What is ECB? Today only I have taught ECB. Huh? Is it external commercial borrowing? Can I say that students, when it comes to taking fund from overseas, right? You can take equity or you can take debt, right? Right, students. Over here in India, even if I'm planning to expand my business, what I'll require is funds, right? What I'm starting beta, chapter number 4. The name of the chapter is external commercial borrowing. From the point of view of exam, a compulsory weightage of 5 marks is there when it comes to ECB. One question in both the time they have asked question from ECB. Okay. So if my business requires fund, can I say that I cannot drive a vehicle without petrol? Can I say that, right? Without petrol or without diesel or without fuel, right? Can I run a business without fuel? That is, fuel for the business would be what? Money, right? If I'm planning to install a business, I would require funds, right? If I'm planning to expand my business, I would require funds, right? If I'm planning to diversify my business, I require fund, right? If I want to do anything in my business, even to conduct operations, I require fund, right? Right, students? Every time and every moment, if you're running a classes or a business or any kind of activities, you does require what? Fund, right? You do require funds, right? So how the funds can be raised? Fund can be raised by two means, right? Either you can raise funds by diluting your ownership, that is called equity funding, right? Or you can get it done through debt funding, right? There are only two sources of funding when it comes to business. Either it can be equity or it can be debt, right? Can you tell me the element of equity? If you are raising fund by issuing equity, you are going to lose your ownership interest, right? You're going to dilute your ownership interest, right? The concerned person will get into the position of owner, and whatever an owner can do, the same can be done by him, right? Or rather than opting for dilution of your equity, you can opt for what, beta? That, right? Where you are under a financial risk, right? You would be in a financial risk, right? Whether you will have profit or loss, you have to pay interest to them, right? Or whether you are in a position to repay the loan or not, if the tenure is over, you have to pay the loan, right? Right, students? You will be in a financial risk, but your ownership stays with you, right? You need not to dilute your ownership interest, right? If you are taking what? Debt, right? So over here in India, we can raise equity and debt, and from outside India, even we can raise what, beta? Equity or debt, right? If we are issuing equity, we are issuing depository receipts, right? If we are issuing debt, we are issuing what, beta? ECB. So external commercial borrowing, as the name suggests, is nothing more than the borrowing that has been taken by an Indian person from overseas, right? A loan that has been taken up by an Indian person from outside India will be treated as external borrowing, and it will be treated as external commercial borrowing if it has been taken for commercial purpose, right? If it has been taken for commercial purpose. If I am taking an education loan from overseas, will it be an ECB? Will it be an ECB? If I am taking an education loan or a home loan from overseas, will it be classified as an ECB? No, right? It will be external personal borrowing, right? It will be an external personal borrowing, right? But if I am taking loan from overseas bank, public financial institution, or issuing non-convertible debt instrument overseas, right? For the purpose of investment in my business, it will be what, beta? External commercial borrowing. It will be what? External commercial borrowing. Got my point, students? Is it clear? So whenever I am talking about ECB, ECB is nothing more than a loan that has been taken by an Indian person for the commercial purpose, and the loan has been taken from overseas, not from India, right? Right, students? Can I say that ECB will be a capital account transaction? Can I say that? Can I say that ECB is going to be a capital account transaction? Can I say that? Why? Because if you'll get into ECB transaction, you are going to create a long-term liability overseas, right? So can I say that it is going to be regulated by section 6 of FEMA? Can I say that, students? Can I say that it is going to be regulated by Reserve Bank of India? When it comes to ECB, the entire regulation of ECB is going to be taken care by the Reserve Bank of India, right? Right, students? And can I say that how much ECB I can take is totally dependent upon RBI regulation? Can I say that what can be the amount of ECB will be determined by the RBI regulation? Can I say that? Yes or no? As they are regulating the ECB, can I borrow 500 million US dollar from overseas? Yes or no? It totally depends upon RBI regulation, right? How much money you can borrow is going to be determined by RBI. What would be the maturity period of loan? It is going to be determined by RBI. From whom you can take the loan is going to be determined by the RBI. That is called eligible lenders, right? Who can take loan, that is the eligible borrower, is going to be determined by RBI. Where you can use that loan, where you cannot use that loan, that is called end use, is going to be regulated by whom? RBI, right? What I am teaching you, students, ECB. Now, can you write something about ECB? What is ECB, beta? A loan that has been taken by an Indian person from overseas, right? It can be in the form of bank loan, right? Can you take a bank loan from overseas? Yes, if they are extending, we will take, right? Can you take a NBFC loan from outside? Yes, if they are extending, we will take. Can you issue non-convertible debenture outside India? Yes, you can issue, right? Right, students? It can be a public borrowing or it may be a borrowing from bank, right? But the purpose of borrowing should be what, beta? Commercial purpose. The purpose of borrowing should be what? Commercial. What I'm teaching you is chapter number 4. When it comes to chapter number 4, I told you all the chapters related with foreign exchange in the very day first. I told you that 7 chapters are somewhere and somehow connected with foreign matters, right? So ECB, FDI, ODI, everything is going to be connected with FEMA only, right? So if you know section 6, right, that is a capital account transaction, whether it is FDI or it is ODI or it is ECB, all are capital account transaction, right? FDI means you are accepting investment from them, equity investment, right? Will it be a capital account transaction? Of course, it is going to be an capital account transaction, right? So FDI is going to be regulated by section 6 of FEMA. Am right or wrong? Right? No. Right, students? If we are making equity investment outside India, that is called ODI, right? Overseas direct investment, right? Can I say that even ODI is going to be regulated by section 6 of FEMA? Can I say that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, right? Because it is again a capital account transaction. Even ECB is going to be regulated by whom? What, beta? That is section 6, right? Right, students? So who is going to determine the rules and regulation of ECB is RBI. So how much ECB you can raise is going to be determined by RBI. From whom you can take the loan is going to be determined by the RBI. Who can take the loan is going to be determined by RBI. Where you can use that loan or where you cannot use that loan is going to be determined by RBI, right? And all the matters incidental or ancillary related with what ECB is going to be determined by RBI under section 6 of. Got my point, students? So if I'll write the short note on ECB, how I'll write it? When it comes to ECB, it is a debt transaction, right? It is a debt transaction. If a business unit located over here in India is planning to raise funds from overseas and the fund is a debt fund, it will be classified pure debt fund, not a convertible debt fund, right? Can a convertible debt fund be an ECB? Answer would be no, right? It should be a pure debt fund, right? Taken up for the commercial purpose, right? If a person is taking education loan from overseas, that cannot be an ECB. A person taking a home loan from overseas, that cannot be classified as an ECB. The sole purpose of taking the loan should always be what? The sole purpose of taking loan should be what? Commercial purpose, right? It is a capital account transaction as defined in section 6 of FEMA, and being a capital account transaction, it is going to be regulated by Reserve Bank of India. The amount of ECB that one person can take is going to be determined by RBI. The list of eligible lender, right, or recognized lender is going to be determined by RBI. The list of eligible borrower is going to be determined by RBI. minimum maturity period of ECB is going to be determined by the RBI, and end use requirement is going to be determined by RBI. Got my point, students? Is it clear? Five elements the RBI is going to determine. The amount of ECB, tell me, amount of, repeat. The first thing that RBI will determine will be amount of ECB. Second one is recognized lenders. Recognized lender. The third one is eligible borrowers. The third one is eligible borrowers. The fourth one is minimum maturity period. Minimum maturity period. The fifth one is end use requirement. End use requirement. Is it clear? Five things RBI is going to determine through regulation. The first one is amount, permissible amount of ECB. The second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. Is it clear? Now just giving you a brief, right? What would be the amount is going to be determined by RBI. It may be based on your net worth. It may be based on your net worth, or it may be a flat amount. It will be a flat amount, right? It may be a flat amount, right? A flat limit can be imposed by RBI. Second is what, beta? Eligible borrower. What is eligible borrower, beta? Can I say that any borrower which has been recognized by Reserve Bank of India and been allowed to accept TCB will be classified as an eligible borrower? Can I say that eligible borrower is nothing more than a borrower that has been permissible by RBI to accept TCB? Can I say that, beta? What is recognized lender? What is recognized lender? A person from whom an Indian party can accept the loan is known as recognized lender, right? Can I say that, students, will be classified as what, beta? Recognized lender, right? Right, students. The fourth one is what? The minimum maturity period. Definitely when it comes to ECB, the minimum maturity period should have more than 1 year, right? If it is up to 1 year, it will be a current account transaction, right? So it should be more than 1 year, and generally it has been written over here, it should be minimum 3 years. It should be minimum 3. Means, can I say that loan below 3 years will not be classified as an ECB? Can I say that? Because minimum maturity period in case of ECB, until and unless otherwise provided, I am pointing out, if nothing is provided expressly, then if a loan is having maturity period less than 3 years, it will not be a ECB. It will be a current borrowing regulated by current account transaction, right, students? And what is the fifth thing? End use requirement, right? What would be the end use requirement? Suppose I approached the bank and I said that please extend me a loan. I want loan for working capital of my business. Now I took that loan and I bought the home from that loan. Can bank file a case against me? Can bank file a case against me? I have approached the bank. Say if you guys are bank manager, I am approaching you and I am saying that I'm in a dire need of fund because my business is suffering. Business is not having sufficient cash to meet out day-to-day requirement. Please extend me working capital loan. Once you have extended the loan, I have bought a vehicle by using that amount. Can you file a suit against me? Yes or no? Yes or no? For what purpose you have extended me a loan? For the business purpose, right? And how I am using that loan, right? So can I say that when it comes to end use requirement, if you have taken a loan for a purpose, you should spend the entire amount on a purpose only. If you are spending it on B purpose, that will lead to contravention of ECB norms. Can I say that, beta? The same is applicable on equity share. If you'll go through with ICDR in SEBI, it has been clearly written that if you are coming out with equity issue and you have raised fund for a purpose, you have to spend minimum 75% funding on a purpose. Maximum 25% can be spent on general corporate purpose, right? Right. So if you are asking for money, those who are putting money in your business, it is your duty to spend it as may be provided in the terms of loan, right? If you are diluting that amount, that will lead to what? Diversion of funds, right? That will lead to what? Diversion of fund or siphoning of the funds. Okay, and that is a criminal offense over here in India. If you are taking loan or amount from public and you are spending it somewhere else other than those specified in the offer document, it will lead to what, beta? Criminal action against, right? Because you are misutilizing the fund invested by the investor or lender. What my point, students? What I'm teaching you is, क्या पढ़ा रहा हूं मैं? What I'm teaching you, students, What is ECB? A capital account transaction. A commercial loan that has been taken by Indian party from overseas entity. It should be taken by the eligible borrower, right? As notified in ECB guidelines, right? It should be taken up from the recognized lender. It should have minimum maturity period of 3 years, right? And the amount should not be beyond the limit mentioned by the RBI in its regulation, and it should meet out with the end use, right? Right, students. And being a creation of long term liability overseas, it should be classified as a capital account transaction and going to be regulated by section 6 of FEMA. Who is going to determine everything related with these? Is it Parliament of India or RBI? Can the Parliament of India come out with an ECB law? No, because the power is completely delegated to whom? RBI. Got my point, students? Is it clear? So see, when it comes to ECB, can you see, students, the screen mein, is it visible? Eligible borrower, manageable students, right? When it comes to ECB, I told you very clearly that what we mean by ECB, right? 5 things are going to be decided by, even 6 things, all in ceiling cost. What is all in ceiling cost? If I am borrowing money, see, if I am borrowing money, what I'll have to do, I have to make the payment of interest every year, right? Right, students? You know? But if I'm borrowing money, do I need to pay certain kind of commission or something? Answer would be yes, it can be possible. There are so many brokers available in Indian market who are supporting you to get the loan. Suppose if I'm looking for home loan now, sometimes my loan application may be rejected because it has not been duly filed. Is it clear? So what I'll do, I'll approach a broker who is dealing into home loan product. Okay. And I'll ask him that whatever commission you will charge, he'll say that Rahul, I'm going to charge 0.5% or 1% of your loan amount. I'll arrange loan for you. You want 1 CR ka loan. I am trying to get 1 crore ka loan for you. But for that, I'm going to charge 1%. That is the brokerage fee or commission for supporting me to get the loan. Is it clear? That is called loan brokerage. That is called what, beta? Brokerage for loan, right? So can you pay brokerage? Like if you are approaching a foreign bank, do you think that the foreign bank can easily give you a loan? Answer would be no. But if you'll approach them through a broker, registered broker with them, will they extend you the loan? The chances will be more, right? Because they don't know you, they know the broker, right? So can you pay any kind of cost or commission pertaining to that loan? Answer would be yes, but the limit is going to be determined by RBI. Is it clear? So 6 things are going to be determined by RBI. The first one is the amount. The second one is third one is, the fourth one is, the fifth one is, and the sixth one is all in ceiling cost. All in ceiling cost. Got my point, students? So ECB is nothing more than a loan that has been taken by Indian party from a foreign bank or foreign institution or foreign borrowing it is, right? It will be a capital account transaction regulated by RBI. It will be for commercial purpose, not for personal purpose, right? And 6 things are going to be determined by whom, beta? Reserve Bank of India. Is it clear? Nothing can be regulated by Parliament of India. Everything is going to be regulated by RBI. Is it clear? Manageable, students, manageable. Now proceeding further, section 6, we know that, right? Starting with the second question. Okay, first question is clear, beta. First topic is clear. ECB, you will be capable enough to write the answer on ECB. Capable enough, right? Should we proceed further? I'm starting with what, beta? Recognized lender. I'm starting with what, beta? Recognized lender. Have you ever heard about WTO, World Trade Organization? What is World Trade Organization? What is World Trade Organization? Tell me. What does World Trade Organization do? What does World Trade Organization does? Have you heard about Muslim board or Hindu board? Have you heard about Muslim board? Have you heard about it? There are communal boards working over here in India. Sikhs is having their own, association, right? Muslims are having their own association and unions, right? Even laborers are having their unions, right? What that union does? protect the interest of the participants, right? Right. Second, build cooperation. Can I say that? Build cooperation, right? Build cooperation between the members, right? Can I say that? In case of any dispute between the members, they'll resolve the dispute. Can I say that? This is how the organizations are working. No, unions are working, right? What is the task of union? Build cooperation, right? Build a common mechanism where you can share your thoughts, right? And in case of dispute of the party members, right, they'll resolve the dispute amicably, right? So what the World Trade Organization, they are promoting trade over the globe, right? Right, they are promoting trade over the globe, right? They are promoting the members to participate in global trade, right? And in case there would be any dispute between America and India while doing the business, the dispute is going to be resolved by WTO, right? And I say that, students, this is how the things are working in micro and macro level, right? If there would be a student union, right, what they will do, they'll try to build cooperation between students, right? They'll protect the interest of students, right? And in case of dispute between two students, they are going to resolve that dispute, right? Right, students, is it clear? So whatever is being happened at micro level, same is going to be happened at macro level, right? If I'm talking about World Trade Organization, here students are not involved, here countries are involved, right? The countries would become members so that they can cooperate and promote the trade between them, right? And in while during the trade, if the China and India is getting into dispute, that dispute cannot be resolved as per Chinese law, then Indian will have object, right? That cannot be resolved by Indian laws, because in that case Chinese will have problem, right? That Indian law will favor Indians, they will not favor Chinese, right? So what they'll do, they'll submit their dispute to WTO and they'll resolve, right? Right, students, is it clear? So can I say that, if World Trade Organization is working over the globe for promoting the global trade, if any country is not the part of WTO, if you'll get into trade with them, you would be in problem. Can I say that? Can I say that? Suppose North Korea, I'm taking it like North Korea is not the part of WTO. If you'll supply any goods to North Korea and they are not willing to release your payment, can you file a dispute with WTO? No. Why you cannot file a dispute with WTO? Because they are not the part of the entire group, right? Right, students? So it is always advisable to get into transaction with those people who are the part of the group, right? Who are the part of the association. If they are not the part of association, resist yourself to get into transaction with them. Is it clear, students? Getting my point? Why you should be the part of the group? You should be the part of the group to protect your own interest, right? Right, students? So can I say that recognized lender over here should not be a lender belonging to the territory which should be the part of any such international organization? Can I say that? Then I see that you're getting my point, student. I'm trying to connect it, connect the concept in a very easy manner, right? Right? Can I say that if you're hiring a services of a labor, always hire the service of a labor who is a part of trade union, right? If he's not a part of trade union, you and he will be in a problem in case of dispute, right? Right? Because there is no intermediary body which is working for protecting of interest of both the parties, right? Right, students, is it clear? So in India, over the globe, there are two big organizations working towards financial frauds, okay? One is FATF, known as Financial Action Task Force. What they are doing, they are making the countries their member, and if there would be any financial fraud between two countries, they'll resolve that they'll resolve that matter, okay? So one is FATF and another you must have studied in CMSL, that is IOSCO. Have you heard about it? IOSCO stands for International Organization of Securities Commission. What? International Organization of Securities Commission. Is it clear? These are the two financial organizations like WTO. WTO is promoting what? Beta trade, right? FATF and IOSCO is promoting what? Financial transactions. What they are promoting, beta? Financial transactions. And ECB is which kind of transaction? It is a financial transaction. ECB is what? Financial transaction. So can I say that you understood my point, students? What I'm teaching you is recognized lender. What I'm teaching you is energy, students. What I'm teaching you is, so can I say that recognized lender should be a lender who should be a resident of a country which should be the part of FATF or IUSCO? Can I say that? Can I say that? Means RBI is not allowing me to get the loan from Pakistan, not to get the loan from Bangladesh, not to get loan from any such country which is not the part of FATF or the part of what? IUSCO. Is it clear? You repeat the point. You. Yeah, that girl. What topic we are studying? Recognized lender. What is recognized lender? Tell me what is recognized lender. Tell me the meaning of recognized lender. What is recognized lender, beta? Hey Bhagwan, what is recognized lender? From whom you are allowed to take the loan, right? What is recognized lender? Is it some technical thing or a simple thing? It's a simple thing, no? Can you take a loan from an unrecognized lender? So you can take loan only from. So can I say that recognized lender is nothing more than the lender which is being permitted to grant loan, right? Or which Indian party is permitted to take loan from, right? Can I say that, students, right? So what is recognized lender? Loan means a person and any person who being an Indian party cannot take a loan from a person who is not qualifying the definition of what, beta? Recognized lender. What is the first qualification now? That lender should be the resident of a country which should be the part of either FATF or IOSCO. Is it clear? If he belongs to a country which is not the part of FATF or IOSCO, forget about him. You cannot take any kind of ECB from him, right? Because in case of non-payment or in case of any issue that they have issued the sanction letter but they are not transferring the money or something, right? Or they are overcharging the interest or their cost is quite very high, you cannot file a dispute with any intermediate forum, right? Got my point, students? So what is recognized lender? The term recognized lender has been defined in ECB guidelines issued by RBI, right? Recognized lender is nothing more than the lender from whom we can take the ECB, right? Any fund that has been extended by an unrecognized lender is not permissible under ECB guideline, right? In order to be recognized lender, the entity should be resident of a nation which should be either the part of FATF or the part of IOSCO. Is it clear? Got my point, students? Now they are saying that the lender must be resident of FATF or IOSCO compliant country, right? I taught you, right? This applies to both the initial lending and transfer of ECB. Means if you are even transferring your ECB, means you have taken loan from A bank, but now you are unable to pay it to A bank. You took a loan from B bank and you have paid that ECB. So that B bank should also belongs to a territory which is located in IUSCO sector or FATF sector. Got my point? For transfer and for initial lending, both the things, what is required? They should be the part of a nation which is a part of IUSCO or FATF. Is it clear? Further, they are saying that you can take loan from multilateral and regional financial institution. Means you can take a loan from bank or public financial institutions, right? You can take loan from overseas bank or overseas public financial institution, right? You can take loan from multilateral and regional financial institution. You can take loan from individuals as lender. Individual can only lend if they are foreign equity holder. Means can you take ECB from an individual? Yes, you can take, but he should be your equity shareholder. He should be your what? Means if an Indian company is willing to raise fund from an HNI, high net worth individual located outside India, so he can take a loan, but first he has to offer him what? Equity. First he'll subscribe for the equity, then only you can take loan from him. Means we cannot take loan from an individual who is not our equity shareholder. Is it clear? Got my point, students? Now, foreign branches or subsidiaries of Indian Bank, these entities can be recognized lender only for foreign currency ECB. They can participate as an arranger, underwriter, market maker, or trader for rupee denominated bond issued overseas, underwriting by foreign branches. Remember. Now, the first is what, beta? Who can lend you? The first one is multilateral or regional institution. Second, individual if he is a equity shareholder. And the third one is foreign branch of an Indian bank. What? Foreign branch of an Indian bank, but they can lend you only in foreign exchange. Either they can act as a arranger of loan for you, or they can act as an underwriter of your public issue of debenture. How they can act, beta? The Indian Bank branch located overseas can also extend you foreign exchange ECB, not Indian currencies. Okay, what they can extend, beta? Foreign exchange ECB, or they can act as underwriter. What is underwriter? Tell me. What is underwriter? You guys have done with your CMSL. Now tell me what is underwriter. What is underwriter? What is underwriter? What is this, students? What is underwriter? Whenever a company is coming out with a public issue, they are having a threat that whether the public will buy their share or not, right? So they are appointing certain banks who will advertise their issue, right, and will try to get the subscription for them, right? And for that they are charging commissions, right? And they are known as what? Underwriters. So in the same way, can I say that if the company is coming out with a public issue of debentures overseas, there would be a tension that whether the foreign investor will buy their debenture or not, right? Or their issue would be failed, right? So they can appoint branch of Indian bank located overseas as their underwriter. Is it clear, students? So how many people are classified as a recognized lender, beta? Four people, right? The first one is what? The first one is multinational and regional financial institutions. The second one is individual, but he should be your equity shareholder. The third one is foreign branch of Indian bank, right? They can either extend you foreign exchange ECB, or they can act as an arranger or underwriter on commission basis to arrange an ECB for you, right? Got my point, students? We have done with what? Recognized lender, right? Right, students? I have made certain cases. You guys can go through with the cases, right? And if you are having any doubt, you can ask. Is it clear? Done with the second concept. First concept is clear, beta. First concept was what in the chapter? ECB, manageable student. Second concept was what? Recognized lender. Is it clear? Go through, taking 2 minutes pause, then we'll proceed further. Is it clear? Manageable students. Manageable. Now see how fluently he'll answer the question. Tell me about recognized lender. Stand up and answer. Yes, and yeah, underwriters. No, underwriters are not ensuring minimum public shareholding, but when it comes to underwriters, basically they are ensuring the public issue, right? Can I say that, beta? Underwriters are providing insurance services for public issue, right? They are giving a kind of indemnity, no? That if they no one will buy, we'll buy, right? Yeah. Recognized lender, IUSCO. What? Huh? You are going in a right direction. Tell me properly. Last point of recognized lender, I am explaining. Wait a minute, Shreya. Okay, wait a minute. Online students are good over here. They are responding. Offline are not. Tell me recognized lender fast. Say recognized lender is a very critical concept, right? Is it? Is it? It cannot be, explained in terms of words, right? This is how you are doing, no? right? What is recognized lender? You tell me, beta. The girl behind you. Tell me. She's very, very punctual in terms of everything. Tell me. Very nice, beta. The second thing. Very nice. Means he should be your equity shareholder if he is willing to give you an ECB. Right. Next. Currency. Very nice, beta. Next. What do you mean by arrangers? They will be underwriter in that case. What is arranger? Can I say that they can act as a broker, right? If they are acting as a broker, arranger means the person who is arranging for you, right? For arrangement, he'll charge the brokerage, right? And underwriter is a person who is arranging public finance for you, so he'll charge the commission, right? Very good. What's your good name, beta? Kirti. Kirtana. Very good, beta. Sit down. Is it clear? Got everything, students? We have done with two concepts, right? Should we proceed further? Now, what should we study, beta? Let's go ahead with what? Eligible borrower. Should we proceed further with eligible borrower? Should we proceed further with eligible borrower? The last point, Shreya, when it comes to recognized lender, the last point is you can take a loan from a foreign branch of an Indian bank in foreign exchange. But if you cannot take loan from them, they are not having that much fund to give you. They can act as an arranger of loan, or they can act as a underwriter of public issue of debentures, right? Right, students? Done. Should we proceed further? Now, what would be the eligible borrower, beta? What would be the eligible borrower? The person who is allowed to borrow money in the form of ECB, right? As per ECB guidelines, right? Right? Can I borrow money from overseas? Can I be an eligible borrower? Can I be an eligible borrower? Yes or no? Why no? Did I committed any offense or something? So why I would not be eligible? Can an individual borrow money from overseas? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? How yes? How yes? First question should be that comes in your mind is why not, right? If they are willing to extend us loan, why RBI will stop us not to take the loan, right? Right, students? Means even an individual can raise commercial borrowings, right? Right, students? Is it clear? Any individual, any partnership firm, any company, any Hindu undivided family, any entity can raise ECB, right? If they are willing to extend ECB to them, right? Right, students? So first point, they are saying that if you are eligible for FDI, if you are eligible for what, beta? FDI means if as per FDI guidelines, the Reserve Bank of India has permitted you to accept equity investment. What is FDI, beta? Equity investment, right? Foreign direct investment in the form of equity, or ECB is what? Foreign investment in the form of debt, right? Right, students? If you are eligible for FDI, you will be eligible for ECB. That is the first point. Is it clear? So can you tell me when you are not eligible for FDI? Can you tell me, students? Can you tell me when you will not be eligible for FDI? Use your mind. When you will not be eligible to accept FDI? When you are not eligible to accept FDI, implement whatever is being taught today. Very nice, right? If you are involved in agriculture business, can you accept FDI? So can you accept ECB, beta? No, right? If you are into a chit business, can you accept FDI? No. So can you accept ECB? No. If you are involved in plantation activity, can you accept FDI? If you are into real estate business, can you accept FDI? Right? So can I say that if you are belonging to a sector which is allowed to raise FDI, you are allowed to accept ECB. Is it clear? First point is clear. What I am teaching you is, beta, I'm teaching you eligible borrower. What I'm teaching you? Eligible borrower. What is eligible borrower, beta? The borrower which are permissible to take the benefit of ECB, right? They can raise funds in the form of ECB. The first borrower is what? Any person resident of India who is eligible for ECB, eligible for FDI will be eligible for ECB. What is FDI? What is FDI? Whenever I'm asking, people are answering, sir, FDI means foreign direct investment. Say, sir, it's an equity investment coming from foreign territory, right? What is the ECB? Debt fund, debt investment coming from overseas. If you are eligible for equity investment, you would be eligible for debt investment. Is it clear? Got my point, students? Further, they are saying that all entities that are eligible to receive FDI can raise ECB, right? The first point. Additionally, following entities are eligible: Port Trust, units located in SEZ, SIDBI, and Exim Bank. Other than that, two banks are involved in the process, right? They are saying that SIDBI can raise funds in the form of ECB. Do you know what is SIDBI? What is SIDBI, beta? Who have done CSEET? Who is from CSEET? You haven't studied about SIDBI any time. It was there in your economics subject. SIDBI is a small industrial development bank of India, which is extending loan to the small businesses, right? Right? Name suggests, right? It's a small development bank of India, right? A small industrial development bank of India. If you are a small industrial undertaking, you cannot take loan from a big financial institution. You have to approach whom? SIDBI, right? So even SIDBI can raise ECB to extend loan to the small business. Is it clear? What is Exim Bank, beta? Which is promoting export and import, means which is financing imports, right? Right, student? Exim Bank is what, beta? A bank which is working on promotion of import and exports, right? Even they can take ECB for financing imports. Is it clear? How many parties are there when it comes to eligible borrower? As of now, 3 parties. The first one is what? Students, you should have energy in your face. Tell me first. You tell me all 3 points. You, the last girl. Which chapter we are studying, beta? How many topics we have done? The third point is going on, right? What was the first point? The first point was what is ECB, right? What was the second point? What is recognized lender? Third point is what? What is eligible borrower? Tell me the 3 eligible borrowers. Those all entities which are eligible to accept FDI can accept ECB, right? Second, Port Trust. The second one is what I have taught is the SIDBI, right? SIDBI is a bank which is extending loan to the small businesses over here in India. They can raise ECB to extend loan to the small businesses, right? Exim banks are supporting import and export. They can, in order to finance the import, can raise ECB, right? Got my point, students? Sit down. Is it clear? Clear, students? Now they are saying that units located in SEZ. What is SEZ, beta? What is SEZ? The entire Indian territory is being divided into two parts. एक tariff area, एक non-tariff area. You know na? See, whenever if I'm standing here in Chennai, there would be certain locations which will be duty-free locations. What? Duty-free locations. There are 2 territories located in India. Either it can be a duty tariff area or a duty-free area. Okay? All shops located nearby is coming under duty tariff area, means they have to pay indirect taxes, right? They are collecting indirect taxes, they are paying it to the government, right? But there are certain entities which are located in a specific zone notified by the state government, as they are only involved in export business. They are only involved in export business. They are not subject matter of any taxes over here in India. They will be treated as deemed foreign territory. They will be treated as what, beta? Deemed foreign territory. For example, Mumbai mein there is an area SEEBS. Okay, SEEBS is what? A free trade zone. It's a duty free area. It is a SEZ. Gujarat mein gift city is there. That gift city is what? A special economic zone. Is it clear? All the units located therein is only involved in the process of exports. Whatever they are manufacturing, whatever they are processing, they are only exporting it. So they are not subject matter of any indirect taxes applicable over here in India. They may be liable to pay the direct taxes, but they are not liable to pay what, beta? Indirect taxes. Is it clear? So that duty free area is known as what? Special economic zone. Got my point, students? So special economic zone units are involved in exports, so they can raise what, beta? EC. Is it clear? How many entities has been done when it comes to eligible borrower? The first one is energy, students. The first one is those all entities which are eligible to raise FDI. Means a company involved in real estate business cannot raise ECB. A company involved in chit fund cannot raise ECB. A company involved in plantation and agriculture business cannot think about raising ECB. Right. Second one is SIDB. The third one is Exim Bank. The fourth one is units located in, and port trust means ports. Okay, there are several warehouses located in port. They come under what, beta? Trust. Is it clear? So that port trust are also allowed to raise what, beta? ECB for the development of port or for the development of warehouses in that location. Is it clear? So how many entities are allowed, beta? 5 entities are allowed as of now, right? Manageable, students, what I'm teaching you is eligible borrower, right? Further, they are saying that further the following entity can also raise ECB. All entities eligible to raise a foreign currency ECB. Means now ECB can be raised in two part. You can raise ECB in Indian currency or you can raise ECB in foreign currency. What? ECB can be raised in either Indian currency or in foreign currency. For foreign currency, how many entities are eligible, beta? I think 5, right? First one was FDI, the second one was SIDB, the third one is Exim Bank, the fourth one is Port Trust, the fifth one is SEZ. Now, if you are an entity, Indian entity, and you are willing to raise ECB, but you are not looking for foreign exchange, you are looking for Indian. When you will looking for Indian currency, beta, like if you're raising ECB and you are having investment plans only over here in India, you will raise what, beta? Indian currency, right? But if you are having investment plan in US, you will raise what? Foreign exchange, right? Right, students? Suppose if an Indian entity is opening branch office in US, which kind of ECB they'll raise? ECB in US dollar, right? If I'm planning to have my office, my practicing office in Dubai, which kind of ECB I'll raise? ECB in dirham or dinar, right? Right, students, right? No. So if I am willing to open one more branch office in Hyderabad or in Chennai or some other location, and I'm looking for a loan, I'll take a loan in Indian currency, right? Because I need Indian currency for the same, right? Right, students? So ECB can be raised in Indian currency or foreign exchange. For foreign exchange, only 5 entities are eligible. For Indian currencies, further more entities are allowed. Is it clear? Other than these 5, they are saying that even a entity involved in microfinance activities, whether they are working as an NGO, society, trust, cooperative societies, they can even raise loans in Indian currency. What is microfinance, beta? What is microfinance? What is micro? Micro means very small, right? Micro means very small finance. Have you ever heard about certain application which is giving you a loan of 5,000, 7,000, 10,000? Have you ever heard about the name of certain mobile application which is extending loan to the people? Have you heard? Yes or no? Yes or no? Have you heard? You haven't heard the name of any application. There is Money View, Lending Card. There are so many mobile application. Credit B, right? They are offering or extending loan starting from 5,000 rupees. Those who are struggling to meet their ends are generally taking loan from such kind of institutions. Is it clear? Generally, these institutions are working for the welfare of the marginal people with marginal income. Is it clear? So they are involved in what, beta? Microfinance activity. They can be in the form of NGO, NPO, or they can be in the form of trust and society. They can raise ECB, but only in Indian currency, not in foreign exchange. Is it clear? Manageable, students. We have done with what? Eligible borrower. Got my point? Got my point, Shia? Got the last point? Done. Is it clear? Go through, beta, and if you are having any doubt, if I'm asking you to read, means you have to read. Today I cannot summarize because pan is not working, so I'm just giving you a quick review, and we are concluding the session. Okay, We have started with ECB carrying a weightage of 5 marks. If you are willing to borrow money from outside, not for personal purpose but for commercial purpose, you are raising ECB, right? ECB is creating a kind of long-term liability outside India, so definitely it is going to be classified as a capital account transaction, and being a capital account transaction, it is going to be regulated by Reserve Bank of India, right? Right, students, is it clear? Now when it comes to ECB, if you are taking an ECB, you would have certain kinds of restriction imposed by RBI. 6 restrictions will be imposed by RBI. You need to follow the maximum permissible amount. You need to follow the rule of recognized lender. You have to follow the rule of eligible borrower. You have to not crack the limit of all-in ceiling cost. You should remember the end use permissions, right? And one more thing was there. What? Minimum maturity period. Is it clear? So 6 things you have to follow if you are willing to take ECB, right? Then proceed for ECB. Remember, for payment of ECB, there cannot be any limit, right? Under section 6, what is being written, amortization of loan does not carry any kind of limit, right? Right, students? Then further proceeding, what we have done with is recognized lender. Lender should be the part of a country which is the part of FATF or IUSU. It may be a multilateral or regional financial institution or a bank. It can be a individual, right? But he should have an equity investment in your company. The third one is a foreign branch of Indian banks, but you can take only in. And the next one is they can act as an arranger or underwriter. Very nice, Bacho. Next one is eligible. Eligible borrower is being classified into 2 parts. Those who are eligible in foreign exchange, those who are eligible in Indian rupees, right? Those who are eligible in foreign exchange means and includes every person who is entitled to take FDI. The second one is, the third one is, the fourth one is, the fifth one is, and other than that, one additional person would be there. Those who are involved in microfinance activity, whether they are being registered as an NGO, NPO, or society or trust, right? Done, students. So should we conclude? Do anyone is having any problem with my teaching? Is it? Do anyone is having, those who are regular? I think 4-5 people are regular, right? Otherwise people are like seasonal over here, right? As per their will they are coming, but you're getting everything now. You're getting everything learnt in the class. You're understanding everything. So should I take it from tomorrow and onwards, the new faces are going to be regular, right? You will be regular? No, be regular, beta. Done. So concluded the session. You guys may leave now. Okay.